Funding meant for traders. Ment Funding.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to Ment Funding. So, I don't think I speak about this enough, but there is a ton of prop firm drama going on always, like always. One of the main things that Ment Funding has done from the very beginning is decided to be completely drama averse. We don't kind of stay in the limelight. We don't participate in all this drama and all this nonsense. And as a result, because of the way we've built our business, we don't end up having a lot of the issues that a lot of other firms and traders with those firms end up having. So right now, I'm actually within my private mentorship, within which this trader right here, and this happened a few times, but this trader right here ended up posting a very lengthy message, which has been deleted since we specifically have terms and conditions that go against continuously posting about other firms or issues with firms, because it's a very common theme, and we don't want to see that spam around, right? But what happened is, once again, someone was not paid out by one of the biggest firms in the space, or one of the bigger firms in the space, because in most scenarios, a lot of these firms are run with very, very poor management styles, very, very poor infrastructure and teams in place, no investor backing, no proper investor backing, no proper risk side that actually understands how to have traders be properly backed so they can get paid in the event that they do end up making a lot of money. And they just kind of try to scalp the challenge fees or whatever. Now, this is something I've spoken about many, many times before. It is very, very easy to get attached to the fact that many firms out there, many prop firms out there, offer extremely beautiful discounted models, crazy leverage, and all this other stuff. And a lot of the time, when someone comes across Ment Funding for their very first time, and they go to the website and they get it advertised to them, or they see it somewhere, even if you click on it after this video, and you go down below and you start looking at this, all of a sudden, a lot of these accounts seem priced relatively high. Now, there are reasons for that. One of the reasons is that we actually only offer a one-step, so we don't actually have two steps and all this other stuff in between with crazy equity-based drawdowns and all this nonsense. Instead, we offer a one-step, so of course it's higher. But another reason our prices are higher is because we've always viewed ourselves as a much more premium firm. We know the people that are going to be buying these are oftentimes going to be people that have a much higher likelihood of getting funded. So of course, they're here to get the buying power and not necessarily for the random gamble, right? And as a result, we have been able to build our firm in a way where the traders that are good at what they do will continue trading with us, continue making money with us, to the point where they can look to and aim for scaling their account over and over again, even up to 5 mil, and getting paid for it. Which also goes hand in hand with some of our rules, which is that even in the event of getting breached, or in the event that you lose your account, or anything that happens like that, even if you lose your account and there's profit in the account, you still get paid, right? All our clients are paid out no matter what. And since 2021, our inception, we have never not paid a payout, right? Every single requested payout has been paid since June of 2021, our inception, with no issues whatsoever. And I find myself talking about this issue over and over and over again, and that's that when you pick firms that literally run poor models, but as a result appear to be beautiful, which is usually the ones you see on the review sites that are affiliated for, because it's much easier to sell when everything's cheaper, everything's amazing, you can easily sell it, go get $100K for $500, $400, whatever it might be. Of course, it's easier to sell, but what usually happens over the long run is you start getting proper payout denials. You get people that are not going to be paid. You have firms shut down, fully shut down, and then you're left in the dust, right? And just like this member here, just like it happened to him, he was completely left in the dust, right? And he didn't know what to do anymore. And that's the thing. In the event that you get caught in something like this, there is nothing you can do about it anymore. The thing that you can do right now is choose the companies you work with a lot better. Choose the companies that have proven time and time again to not have issues and have proven to be reputable in the entire space. Right now, I'm not here to tell you that Ment Funding is the only thing you should choose. Although I do believe it is one of the most reputable firms in the entire industry. We have an entire team built out for allowing it to be exactly that, and we view ourselves as a more premium model that allows for real traders to flourish, okay? The main purpose of this video is to remind you that the firms that you're working with that don't know what the fuck they're doing are likely going to end in the same disaster and in the same way that every trader that has had an issue before has had it end for them, right? So this guy is now extremely desperate. And the first things I can say is, listen, there are thousands of firms and thousands have been scammed the exact same way. Thousands have shut their doors after offering insanely discounted things. And the problem is that still to this day, the main firms you end up finding, the main firms in the mass limelight, the one that everyone wants, are usually the ones that have, to say it simply, the highest likelihood of going out of business, okay? Pick your firms better, proper responsibility and vetting. So of course you need to do your proper responsibility. You need to vet a lot better. You need to choose by actually basing yourself on what is this firm done, right? Our firm is a firm that has paid out easily over 6-figure payouts, double 6-figure payouts to traders without a single issue. We are a firm where someone that breaches their account and loses their account still gets paid out their 20K, 30K profit share. We are a firm that has from the very beginning basically led the space in terms of no time limits. I think we were the first firm that ever came out with no time limits, have improved trading conditions, and have a one step across the board. We know not to dabble our foot into thousands of different things and variations that hopefully sell more, because we're aware that that's not what works over time. So it's very important that you do the proper vetting prior to decide which firms you're actually going to work with, right? And I kind of wrote this here, and that's that, listen, I've spoken about it for thousands of hours over, right? That there are going to be hundreds of firms, and you guys have probably seen it. More and more firms get created every single day. And most will go out of business for their practices. And if you're okay with that happening, or you're okay with that risk, then by all means, all of you that are watching this and you're okay with that risk of not receiving your payout, of not actually getting your accounts, of not getting paid out when you've put in maybe months of work on your account, not getting scaled when it's time to get scaled, whatever it might be, then, and you like the fact that it's discounted and it's much lower prices, it looks super appealing, very high leverage, which by the way is always a recipe for disaster over enough time, then take the gamble, right? It's very easy. Then you can take the gamble. And that's what oftentimes a lot of the people in the entire space do. Many people just want a lot of money very quickly, or a lot of buying power very quickly. They end up taking on a challenge or evaluation or whatever it might be, and they hope and they maybe strike gold and they make some money and they get their payout and it's okay. But in many cases, what eventually ends up happening is a firm's unable to commit to the same practices that it was doing, because it was always doing those practices, so it never could sustain what it's been offering. And as a result, it goes out of business and you're left kind of with your pants down. I kind of wrote it here, right? And he said, it's not any more about it right now. It's about the payout. It's all I have right now. And I said, listen, you know that this would never happen to you with a regulated personal broker. That's number one. Or with a reputable prop, okay? You'd be paid. You'd be paid no matter what. That money is your money. End of story. Instead, you chose a much cheaper option. So at the time, of course, it's going to appear like the better option, the better chance to make a ton of money with insane leverage, the too good to be true model. Everything's amazing, and you lost all your money as a result. Even the money that you worked hard to get in your payout, right? So don't make that mistake again. And this is kind of the video that I just want to highlight, that this is what's normal in the prop space right now. And if you've had issues before, ask yourself where those issues came from and why you've had issues with other firms. Is it because the firms are just scamming you? Or is it that you are consistently choosing a firm that is always promising things that are way too good to be true? And as a result, they're able to advertise this on a super, super high level across the board everywhere. So that's the only place your eyes go, right? And you chose them because of those issues there, right? Yeah, don't make that mistake, guys. Don't be dumb in your prop firm journey. And also, while I have your attention, if you're still here, go and sign up for a competition with Ment Funding. These are completely free. You get to gain free accounts in the event that you win, and we actually run them very fairly. You can kind of read this here if you want to and pause it. Otherwise, if you actually have a profitable system or have been wronged by other firms or are not sure what firm to go to, and you've just stumbled across this video and you've recognized that the way that we've run our business from the very beginning, that's 2021, June of 2021, is consistent and in line with what you like to see, especially with the fact that even when you breach and you have money in the account, you get paid. Well, go ahead and select the proper plan here, get yourself started with our firm, and actually come and excel. All right, thank you guys. I'll see you all.